This is GEM, the green energy mill. Foldable tower designed to provide solar and wind energy at festivals and events. After 2 years of building, testing and refining, GEM was ready to start its European festival tour. But then Corona changed everything.
Alle samenkomsten, dat zijn evenementen en bijeenkomsten, verbieden we tot 1 juni in plaats van tot 1 april.
Since everyone is currently at home, this is GEM Tower on Tour Digital. This year was supposed to be Glastonbury Festival's 50th edition. Hey Sam, nice to meet you through this, let's say, unpersonal way. Today I'm speaking with Sam Hermitage, who helps the festival become more sustainable with his company Green Futures Festivals. What's on your t-shirt over there?
Oh, it's a Glastonbury t-shirt. Pilton Farm Workers 150 years ago. That's the farm at Glastonbury.
Oh, nice. Great. Your company name is called Green Futures Festivals?
Green Futures Festivals, yes.
Why did you want to invite GEM Tower to your Green Future Festivals?
Well, we've always promoted renewable energy on the site. We were one of the early fields at the festival to promote renewable energy. And we had things like wind phones in the late 80s and early solar panels, and they all came together and they showed an alternative in terms of renewable energy. And I think along with the artistic element, which I think the GEM Tower looks really quite beautiful, that would be a great celebration of how we've got with renewable energy. So I think there's nothing like the GEM Tower in terms of what it can do to generate energy and also to look good as an artistic piece in its own right.
Glastonbury is a 5-day music and arts festival held on a dairy farm in Somerset, in the southwest of England. Regarded as a major event in British culture, the Glastonbury Festival has a long tradition of sustainability, and the festival directors pledge to continue this trend. Is there a certain regulation of goals that Glastonbury wants to achieve in the next couple of years?
Well, it's got green aspirations. It wants to improve year by year. For instance, a lot of people, when they go and they camp at festivals, they discard their camping, they leave their tents behind, etc. This happens throughout festivals all over. And Glastonbury's going a long way to improve that, to get people to take their things behind. They have a leave no trace pledge, so they encourage everybody to take away what they bring.
Yeah.
They encourage things like permaculture. There's a permaculture area that's new ways of growing and developing foods, etc. They only use ethical products, FSC timber, etc. in their building, and they partner many charities like Oxfam and WaterAid, and so they do lots of. You can get a lot of positive things from festivals if you think in the right direction.
Do you also see that it's very hard for a bigger than big festival to achieve those goals?
It is hard. I mean, by nature, a festival itself isn't green. It does leave a footprint behind it. There's a lot of renewable energy. There's a lot of, say, transport costs. People coming to and from the festival, they use fossil fuels to get there. So it promotes more use of car sharing or public transport. So it makes offers to help people get to the festival in a cleaner way. Yeah.
What should we do more with GEM Tower? Do you have any advices?
Well, I think the problem with GEM Tower is that the transport and you need plant machinery to help erect it. So you could have smaller GEM Towers that could be developed or similar, and the GEM Tower people could encourage other people to create other units like the GEM Tower. So you could have smaller gem towers in every town, maybe.
So work on a production line which is locally based.
Yes, I think so, because the technology that the gem tower is showing with the new types of panels, etc., are really interesting. And I think a lot of those principles could be fitted into new building processes.
Hi, my name is Patrick and I'm working like most of you now from the improvised home office. I'm the structural engineer of the gem tower and I'll tell you something about the deployment system. As you can see, we've modeled the individual deployment elements in the parametric design tool. Using this parametric design tool allows us to get a good insight into the path of motion of the structural element that we were creating. From that point, we were able to create a whole 3D model of the gem tower that we could assess for its stability. Now, as you can see at the bottom of the structure, there's a whole big platform, and that's very important because it allows us to deploy the tower without anchoring it to the ground, and I can demonstrate that with this one scale model. As you can see, a slender tower is prone to tumbling when a horizontal load occurs. However, by introducing this rigid truss structure at the bottom, the stability is increased significantly and we're able to deploy it without anchoring it. And that's an important one because now we can deploy it at various locations. For example, near a construction site or in a sunny park. Or in the city.
So to resume your words, Sam, you're actually saying we should show more ways to become more clean, greener. We should become better as festivals to show innovations and new technology. So make it as visible as possible.
Yeah, to celebrate new technology, to certainly make it visible, to encourage people to see it in an efficient and artistic way, so that when people go to festivals, a lot of them are in awe. It's a great experience to encourage people to look at new things that they wouldn't necessarily do. So, yes. Okay.
What will be the influence of Corona crisis for events in the next few years?
That's a question I find very hard to answer, really. We don't know how long this process is going to take, and we have to take the best out of it, and then we have to move forward with what we've learned. For instance, I'm quite new to Zoom technology here, so that is good, and I think we'll have more meetings with people using this kind of technology, etc.
Well, it's been a pleasure talking with you, Sam.
Thank you.
And let's make it work next year.
Let's make it work next year. I really look forward to it. I'm very disappointed the Gem Tower wasn't there. We've got quite some way. But next year.
Stay healthy and see you next year.
Bye-bye.
Bye. You can push the button leave meeting and then you're out of the meeting.
All right.